Plaintiff Vanessa Miller is suing her daughter for unpaid restitution, headshots, and furniture costs. Vanessa says her daughter started acting out at age 13 and has been a stripper since she was 17. Vanessa says her daughter owes her for restitution she paid on the defendant's behalf for forging an insurance check. Defendant Usha Cohn admits to falsifying an insurance check, but she blames her mother for her out-of-control behavior. Usha says Vanessa was a drug addict and a prostitute, and Usha is the product of her mother and her former pimp.
Vanessa Miller is suing Usha Cohen, her daughter, for unpaid restitution, the cost of headshots and furniture shots. Vanessa, why are you here?
Well, I'm here, Judge Pirro, because of my daughter, Usha Sakidra Ayana Cohen. Her initials are USA, hoping that one day that she would become Miss USA. We were like sisters, and there's still nothing that I wouldn't do for my daughter. She is so beautiful and so talented. And at the age of 13, that's when things started to turn for her. She stole my son's girlfriend's car. And
at the age of 13?
I did. How do you
steal a car at 13?
I went into the home and I got the keys.
Where were you headed?
I don't know. I just drove around.
Okay, so at 13, she steals the keys, the cars, and takes off.
Yes, with my 3-year-old in the back and a friend guy of hers.
I did. I got into a lot of trouble, Judge, when I was young, but...
Where do you think you were going with a baby in the back seat?
We were just joyriding. That's what the charge was, joyriding without permission.
Okay. Yes. Go ahead. On April 1999, she was 15, and she got arrested for shoplifting, and again at the age of 19.
Okay. What's going on with you? Why are you so out of control?
Well, Judge, I came from a troubled home.
Her home's a troubled home?
Right. My father was a pimp. My mother was a prostitute. I'm a product of what they made. I was born into that in 1980. My mother was on drugs, very bad, cocaine, doing cocaine.
Did you do drugs, Mom?
Yes, but I was not a prostitute.
Was your husband a pimp?
I didn't know anything about him being a pimp.
Why does she know he's a pimp?
I have no idea, Your Honor.
She told me that his girlfriend...
Was he ever arrested?
No, this was in the 90s.
They didn't arrest people in the 90s?
Yeah. But yeah, he was really not
around a long time, but they still...
But she told me that the other girlfriends or the ladies that he had kids by were prostitutes. She would tell me this.
Why are you calling your mother a prostitute?
The truth is the truth.
Ooh. Mama.
That is not true, Your Honor.
Did you know that she thinks you're a prostitute?
No, I did not. I've never been a prostitute, Your Honor. Never.
Did you work?
Yes, I work.
What do you do?
I drive a forklift. I'm a beautician.
You drive a forklift?
Yes.
Man, this case is just one shock after another. And you're a beautician?
Yes.
When I was a child, she was doing drugs. She was me and everywhere.
What kind of drugs?
Cocaine.
How do you know?
I was there.
What did you see?
It all.
What?
Her doing drugs. I seen my lights get cut off. My Christmas get stolen. I seen all this. I know that she was doing
Where's
drugs.
your father at this time?
He's dead now.
I'm sorry.
He died in 90. That's when she stopped.
Mom, you know what? I've been around a long time. And when I see a young girl who's stealing cars, driving with kids in them, getting arrested every couple of years, that means, she's probably committing a lot of crimes in the meantime. There's a problem. There's an underlying problem. There's something in the underbelly here going on that I'm not seeing. And maybe you both got beyond it, but something was cooking back then.
I think that it all started when not her father, she said that he fondled her.
Well, she told me she's seen it.
Shh. Go ahead.
I never told her that I saw that. Never. If I'd have seen it, I'd have done something about it.
That's what you said too when you.
How old were you at the time?
I was from the age of 10 to 15. And she told me she seen it. She said, but I didn't think it was that serious. I thought he was spanking you on the butt.
What did you tell your mom?
I seen a TV show. I think it was it was a talk show, and it was going on about kids being abused and fondled and all this. So I felt like, it was my time to tell. So I was like, Mama, do you know, I have to ask her, did she know that was going on? And I told her about it. She said, you know what? I seen him do something to you once, but I didn't take it like that.
Right. She didn't take it like that.
Right.
What did you do?
I called the police. We left the house. When she told me, that was the end of the relationship with him. And she knows that.
Was he arrested?
I don't remember if he was arrested or not. We had to leave. He might have got arrested.
Talk to the police?
Yes, I talked to him, but I don't think he was arrested.
Okay. But you see, all right, you talked to the police. You didn't call the police. Your mother called the police.
Right.
Okay.
But
So let's give her credit for what she did.
I do. But I've been through a lot of men. You asking me why I'm
You've
like
been through
this?
a lot of men?
I've been through a lot of men with her. You know, a lot of men taking, doing this to me, doing that. I've been seeing at least 30, 40 men coming in out of my life. And
That you're having sex with? Is that what you're telling me?
No, that she has been with. I can't say she's sleeping with them, but they're coming to my home and staying.
But if you didn't see anything inappropriate.
She was doing drugs. She was.
I've never seen that, Your Honor.
Okay. She dumps the guy who molests you. Then tell me what's going on in the house.
And then after that, she gets with a couple of other men. Then she starts talking to my stepdaddy as of she divorced April. She started talking. Well, she got married to him. Great man. I have nothing bad to say about him.
Talk to me, Mom. Go ahead.
She told me that this husband that she's talking about, she was stripping and that he came to the club and asked her for a lap dance.
That's true. I would have never told her.
You're a stripper now, and you give your mother's husband a lap dance?
No, I don't give it to him. I call her then.
You called your mother and said your husband asked me for a lap dance? I should
your
feel better?
husband's here at the strip club. Where does he supposed to be? She told me choir practice. I said, we need to come
Supposed
get
to
him.
be a choir practice.
Yeah. So I said, you need to come get. She said, I'm not getting into that. You know, whatever. And we hung up.
Why
I called
are
her
you
right
stripping?
then. Because she put me out at the spur of the moment. She said, you got to leave.
How old were you when you started stripping?
17.
17? Where'd you strip?
A lot of places. I stripped for 4 years.
How much you make when you strip?
$200. If you're.
So worth it? Get a real job.
I did after that.
What are you doing now?
Oh, I'm not doing anything. Now I'm pregnant. My boyfriend wants me just to sit home and be a woman right now.
So why is your mother suing you?
For some headshots that she paid for that I heard when I was 17. That's what I'm hearing that she's suing.
How old are you now?
I'm 28.
That's what I thought. 11 years ago, you took headshots. For what?
It wasn't that long. She was going to be trying to be a model.
How old was she at the time?
I think this was in 2000. I have it all here, y'all.
Have you served time in jail, Usha?
Yes, I have.
How much time?
I've served in all maybe 3 months.
What'd you learn?
I learned I'm not going back. Everything I did was at 18 and younger, except for this last charge that I got maybe 2 years ago. And I've been paying for it ever since.
All right. When are the headshots? That's what I want to know.
Here's the receipt.
Oh, good. Let's see it.
And I have it circled. And here's some pictures if you like to see
Can I
them.
see that too?
Mom, it's 05.
No, she said
I said I was 17.
17, 18.
So you're wrong.
Is that in her name?
Yes.
I paid for those headshots.
Yes, not. What else?
This is her criminal background, if you like to see some of the charges on that, Your Honor.
Okay.
She's been in a lot of trouble.
Clearly.
A lot of trouble.
She already admitted it. And for all the trouble, she only served 3 months in jail, which is another commentary on the criminal justice system in this country. A person gets arrested for stealing a car, possessing a handgun in South Carolina, burglary, misdemeanor felonies, forgery, burglary, shoplifting, convicted, simple assault, possession of less than 1 gram of cocaine, and they serve a grand total of 3 months. Do you know how lucky you are?
Yeah, I am. I am very lucky. I had to look over my life.
All right, Mom, what else you suing her for?
The restitution. Here's
For
a
what?
form for she's supposed to have been paying restitution for the forgery, what she did on the check, what she just
Tell me
read.
about the check. Is it your check?
No, it was an insurance company wrote her check for $200.
Right.
And she changed it to $1,200.
That's true. That's true.
You're scamming the insurance company?
Yeah, and I did my time for it. That's true. I'm not gonna lie about anything. It is what it is.
And,
All right, so why does she owe you money? You paid
because
the
we got
restitution?
her out of jail. Yes.
Did your mom pay the restitution?
No, I paid my restitution.
How? If you're stealing from an insurance company, where are you getting money to pay him back?
That was 5 years. That was
I don't care how many years ago it was.
99, 2001.
Here, let me go through your record and tell you what year it was. How could you not remember when you had a felony conviction?
That was what, 99?
Here is the paper where she's failed to pay all of her stuff.
Domestic violence. Who'd you hit?
Probably my boyfriend.
Mom,
Yes.
you got to have some idea why this woman was in so much trouble.
I have no clue.
Oh,
Your
don't
Honor.
tell me that.
Honestly, I have no clue why she does the thing
Were
that
your
she
other
does.
siblings,
She
do you have
always-
other kids?
Yes.
Were they in trouble?
Yes,
They are
they're in
now,
trouble
yes.
now, all of them.
How come your other kids are in trouble?
I don't know, Your Honor. I've always spanked them. I've always taught them to go the right way, and they're very respectful and everything, Your Honor. I don't know where it all
And
turned.
we all just about have the same charge.
Okay. Tell me about the siblings.
What do you want to know, Your Honor?
Do you have any young kids?
I have a 10-year-old who's here today that misses Devin and Ayana. I haven't seen my grandson but 3 times this year because she just got out of trouble. And the reason I got to see him those 3 times is because she was on house arrest.
I was doing
She
weekend
does.
time. I do. I'm not
You
saying I
keep
don't.
telling me you're not lying, and then you're trying to
She's
get
a
me to
big
believe
liar,
that you're on
Your
the
Honor.
straight and narrow. You're not on the straight and narrow. You're a criminal. You're a thief. You're a crook. You're a thug.
And I admit it.
That's what she want to be, Your Honor, but she's not.
And I admit it. I'm not.
Well, you know what? I don't care if you admit it because you're still doing it. Let me tell you something, honey. You're going to end up in state's prison. There is no question about it. That rap sheet, you deserve to be in state's prison for some of the stuff you've done. You're pregnant right now, and you have a child.
Yeah, I have.
How old is your son?
He's 7.
You don't want your kids to end up not having a mother in their house.
I don't have
because
any
you
more.
had a mother, and look at the mess you were in anyway. All right. Now I want to talk to the 10-year-old brother. My name is Judge Pirro. What's your name?
Truman.
Truman. How old are you, Truman?
I'm 10 years old.
10 years old. Thanks for being here today.
You're welcome.
What do you think of your sister?
She's kind. She'll do pretty much anything for you if you need it.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Does she get in trouble though, Truman?
Yes, I have to admit that.
Who's your role model?
Pretty much my mom and my brother.
Do you know why they don't get along?
It's just over furniture.
It's over furniture? What do you know about the furniture?
I know that Yana, she's supposed to be paying on it because my mom, she had gave her the furniture.
How do you know your mom gave her the furniture?
Because sometimes I overhear on the phone.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you want me to know about your mom?
I want you to know she's a nice lady. I mean, pretty much like I said about Yana, she will be there for you, like all moms would.
And do you feel safe at home?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Any problem with your mom's boyfriends?
No, ma'am, she doesn't have any.
She doesn't?
No, ma'am.
You are a very impressive young man.
Thank
And I
you.
want you to know that you made my day today. I am so proud to meet you.
You're welcome.
Please remain seated. Court is back in session.
Okay. What do you think of your brother?
I make sure I see my brother. Because I worry about him because he's in the home with her.
You know what? Sometimes I think, Usha, that maybe you ought to worry about yourself.
I do that too.
Okay?
But he's
I think
10.
you ought to worry about yourself. You're
And
old
we all
7-year-old.
been in
Let me
trouble.
finish now. If you say that the reason that you're messed up is because your mom was a prostitute and she wasn't a role model, what kind of role model are you going to be for your own kids?
I'm not a good one because I raised
Well,
my
then maybe you ought to
18-year-old.
straighten yourself out. And why don't you just listen to me for a second, okay? Your brother and your son, Vanessa, is one of the kindest, brightest, most articulate, respectful young men I have met in a long time. He is a very proud son and loves you to death. You are his hero.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Something happened with Usha. I don't know what it is. And what I'd like the two of you to be able to do, because I think you're both very special women, is to be able to try to have some kind of relationship so that she can see her grandson and the next baby. You present a nice front. You're a criminal, all right? You've got to recognize that you may lose your kids. You've got everything on that record, from drugs to larceny to assault to forgery. You're going to lose those kids. So stop worrying about your mother and what your mother may have done to you, and that your mother was the reason you went wrong. You went wrong because when you were old enough, you knew to go wrong. And by the way, with this molestation, she called the cops. You spoke to the cops. She did everything she was supposed to do. Now, as far as the verdict goes, the headshots, I'm going to give you $700 for the headshots. I'm going to give you $1,200 for the unpaid restitution. There's no question in my mind, if you're stealing from an insurance company, you don't have money at home to pay him back. And you had to pay him back so you wouldn't serve some serious jail time. The furniture cost, by the way, even Truman says, I know my mom needs the money for the furniture, and I've heard them talk about the furniture. I'm giving it to her. I'm giving her everything she asked for. $4,400. Now, do me a favor. I want you to work on making sure that your son doesn't end up the way she was.
I will, Your Honor.
And the way she did. He is an incredible young man, and you will be proud of him one day. $4,400 for the plaintiff.
Thank you. Well, I hope that we can mend it and go on, because I love my daughter so much. I really love her. That's what I want to happen with this relationship.
If she can turn back into the Christian woman that she was, I would love to have it back. But right now, I don't, she's suing everybody. She's wanting money from everybody. But let her get her money, and then we can get back together.